Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XI Online. In the last episode, we're continuing to work on our Windurst missions. And we've gotten to the point where we are trying to break Ajito Marujito out of prison in the Dark Dungeon, which apparently drains people of their magical power and could potentially actually kill him. But they're pretty much expecting that he will lose his ability to be a mage if he stays down there for too much longer. So we need to collect all of the rings, or we needed to collect all of the rings from all of the various ministries. And so we had to track down all of the heads of each ministry, with the hardest being the, Ajito Marujito's ring, his ring, which is being held by Semilafina. We had to track her down in the Horror ruins, and fortunately for us, she had been captured by rogue Guardians, who apparently have chosen a new king for themselves, which turns out to be the Joker Guardian, who said some stuff about, us having a part to play in some stuff, and basically forced Semilafina to give us Ajito Marujito's ring. So we now have, we have all the rings. We went to go see Shantoto. She did something to them. And now, she built the Infinity Gauntlet of the rings for us. And we now need to head down into the Dark Dungeon and break Ajito Marujito out of jail. So, to do that, we need to head to Tarai Canal again. So, let's go ahead and do that. That's going to be Saruda Baruda, Tarai Canal. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're going to head to the Inner Horror ruins. There shouldn't be anything in here that should mess with us. Could be wrong. Yeah, these Wendigos are no threats. So it is the... I think we've been in here before. I think it's this one. The Gate of Darkness, yes. It's a Pururu. I'm sorry I'm late. Okay, here goes. Tuna, keep a lookout. Alright, well there he is. My dear brother. Is this a dream? Ajito Marujito, are you alright? This is no dream. Please wake up. Not a dream, huh? It feels like I've been trapped in a never-ending nightmare. The Bearer of Darkness was here. He said he was searching for something. He seemed to be in pain. The Bearer of Darkness? What are you talking about? What is that? I sense a mysterious force nearby. What is that you're carrying? Oh yeah, the refreshed Book of the Gods. You're kidding me? One of the ancients returned the magic to this tome. That's just ludicrous. But still, this level of power, it's most definitely... That book, could it be? Just gonna do it right here. And he's down. Okay. Well, now we just need to head back to the monastery in Windurst. I do have my warp ring equipped. That'll get me close. Close enough, anyway. Anyway, head over to the monastery and we will talk to Apururu again. And I guess see how her brother is doing. Tuna, my brother has yet to come to his yet to open his eyes. Professor Shantotto came to check on his condition, but there was nothing she could do if he doesn't regain consciousness. But I must stay strong. Thank you, adventurer. I'll never forget what you have done to help my dear brother. Oh, and about the Glove of Perpetual Twilight, Professor Shantotto still... Well, perhaps you should go and ask the professor. We could go talk to Shantotto. There you go, rank 9. Which, you know what? I usually don't go after the optional dialogue. But in this case, I think I will. Because, well, Apururu specifically mentioned it. So you should go talk to Shantotto. So we'll go talk to Shantotto. Windurst Walls, we want home point 3, actually. All right. Here's Shantotto's manor. Is she gonna give me, like, the trust? Yeah, this is the trust dialogue. Oh, it looks like my Glove of Perpetual Twilight had the desired effect. Ajito Marujito's failure to regain consciousness is the only slight complication I was able to detect. But you don't need to go and start worrying. Why, it would take more than that to finish off a mage that had survived my tutelage and training. Now, about the Glove of Perpetual Twilight. Due to a slight miscalculation on my part, the rings have become fused to the glove, I see. But don't worry, with a few twists, I'll soon have them free. I'll just hold onto the ministry rings for a little longer. I'm sure that'll go over well. Okay, well, nothing all that big of a deal then. Alright, so we should now be ready for the next mission. So I'll have to go turn in some crystals to a gate guard to get enough rank points to make it available, and then we'll pick it up. So I'll take care of that, and I'll be back. Alright, just turn in the crystals, so we should now have the next mission here at Rocco. And Doll of the Dead is the next one we need to do. Have you heard? Ajito Marujito has regained consciousness. Oh, good. Word of these goings-on has yet to reach Heaven's Tower, so keep up the charade on your way to the Monastery. So we're still doing all of this under the nose of Heaven's Tower and the Star Sibyl. So we'll see how that goes. Where am I going? We're going up here. Monastery. Talk to a Pururu again. Ah, Tuna, my dear brother has finally woken from his coma. He's right here. Please come with me. Tuna, we have some serious problems. Thanks to you, I was able to see all that was written in the Book of the Gods. We must act before Windurst is wiped off the face of Vana'diel. Oh, it's Semilafina. After I found you missing from the Dark Dungeon, I knew I'd find you here, Ajito Marujito. Semilafina. Great galloping Gigas, I just can't get away from you. I'm not here to arrest you this time. You must come with me to Heaven's Tower immediately. The Bearer of Darkness has returned. The Bearer of Darkness? What of the Star Sibyl? We don't know. We haven't been able to open the door to our chambers, but with your magic, we should be able to get in. Alright. Well, that went a different direction. So, we need to head to Heaven's Tower and see what's going on. So, that would be Windurst Walls, home point 1. Alright, we're at the tower. There should be a cutscene as we come in. Yep. Don't come any closer. It's that thing. The Diza star. Star Sybil. Little fiend. Yes. Okay, well, things are going nuts up there. We need to get up to the chambers. Alright, almost to the top. Well, everyone's still here. I must apologize, Star Sybil. We have failed in our duty to keep intruders from your chambers. I'll pursue the creature at once. The rest of the Sybil guards will be placed under Ajito Marujito's command. Wait, you'll be wasting your time. Nobody can stop that thing. What are you saying? You have knowledge of this fiend? Star Sybil, the magic the creature was using was no ordinary spellcraft. That power was of the stars and the moon, the same power that pulses through the Horatotal ruins and fills the mana orbs. It was the magic of Fenrir, the great beast that resided in the Full Moon Fountain. You felt it, didn't you? Idiocy. The great beast is no longer... No longer what? Fenrir has left the Full Moon Fountain. Star Sybil, I have read the Book of the Gods. I know all about the beginning of Windearth and the deeds of the first Star Sybil. You must tell us what happened at Full Moon Fountain 20 years ago. You're right, of course. The time has come for me to tell the tale. It all started long ago when the Star Sybil performed the first moon reading at the Full Moon Fountain. That prophecy spanned events from several hundred years ago up until the time of the Great War. The prophecy gleaned from the moon reading was infused into the star spring within this very tower. We Star Sybils have used that prophecy in conjunction with our star readings to guide the people of Windearth. The first Star Sybils prophecy brought tidings of wealth and prosperity for our country. However, when I performed the star reading, I saw something entirely different. I saw destruction. Complete and utter ruin. Windearth would be consumed in flames and swallowed by floods. Light would sear the sky, and our people would fall by the thousands. I want to seek the counsel of the great beast of the Full Moon Fountain, the great beast Fenrir. I guess this is the flashback. You wish to save your people from destruction? Poor, frail little Star Sybil. You hope in vain. The will of the stars and the moon is the design of the heavens. As the first Star Sybil accepted the fate of destruction, so would the people come to welcome it, though it filled them with terror. Memoro dello Stono, the theme. Even that Star Sibyl yielded to her fear in the dealings with me, and you do nothing but cower my presence. What could you possibly do? His words rang true. I could do nothing but tremble in the face of my fear. But I was not alone. I had a powerful ally by my side, Karaha Baruha. Karaha Baruha developed a new kind of magic to control the mind of the great beast and change the will of the stars and the moon. He called his magic summoning. However, Enough, Karaha Baruha. There's a limit to what even you can do. Your mind will be shattered. I see you have the will to defy your fate. Star Sibyl, there is no reason to cower. There is nothing to fear. The time is near when darkness will obscure the light that guides you, but your steps must not falter. A path still exists through that blackest of nights. And so the great beast Fenrir passed from our world. Yes, that is the sad truth. The spirit of the great beast was vast. No matter how strong Karaha Baruha was, it was impossible for him to fully contain Fenrir's power. Winders lost the protection of the stars and the moon. The Horadhodo ruins could no longer function. The magical waters dried up, and the star tree began to wither. As a Star Sibyl, I was still responsible for the guidance of our people. I still had to show them the way, even though the light no longer existed. "20 years have passed. I have led our people with a string of false star readings. Nothing can be seen in the Star Spring. There is no future to be read there. But Star Sibyl, the future lives on. As Fenrir told you, the path still lies before us. Neither peace nor destruction is certain. We must seize the light with our own hands. Star Sibyl, I asked you for permission to enter the animastery of Karaha Baruha. He and I are the same mind. All I wanted is to save Windurst. I need the knowledge that Karaha Baruha uncovered. You have my permission. I grant you to leave to use all that remains of Karaha Baruha's research and pardon you for the crimes you have committed. Star Sibyl, are you sure of this? All that was to remain secret has been revealed here today, and yet Ajito Marujido proposes we strive onward. And there is still the mystery of this dark visitor. We must discover its true nature. Your will is mine, Star Sibyl. Right. It's time for me to get to work. If you need me, I'll be in the animastery. Let Apururu know what has transpired here. Don't let me down, adventurer. Well, that was a lot of information there. That's the first mention of Fenrir. I'll be seeing more about Fenrir later. Alright, now we need to get to Apururu. And I'm just going to warp ring out. Because that'll get me to the right place without having to walk too much. Alright, let's go see Apururu. Alright, back at the Manustery. Alright, talk to Apururu. I guess apprise her of the situation. Goddess, are you certain? Ajito Marujido has received a pardon from the Star Sibyl and permission to enter Karaha Baruha's Animastery. No matter how many times I hear it, I just can't believe it. Yorin Orin. Apururu, I know you have a lot on your mind with the Jido Maru Jido and all, but I wonder if I might have a moment. Dr. Yorin Orin? I was given this letter by an adventurer. Apparently, it was dropped by a mandragora inside the boyata tree. Question mark? Wait, this handwriting. Yes, you recognize the author. He's being held a prisoner somewhere in the boyata tree and needs help to escape. But I figured, considering who... I figured I should leave this matter up to you and your brother. So much has passed between you siblings and the author of that letter. I'll just pretend I never saw it. Well, I've taken up enough of your time. Keep your chin up, little Apururu. What should I do? I can't think straight. All this time I thought he had died. Goddess above, my father, alive. I don't know what to do. What should I do, adventurer? Get him out of there? Usually that would be my first thought, but... Could I ask you to help me? I want you to go to the boyata tree and find my father, Zonpa Zippa. And when you do find him, if he really is alive, I have some questions I want you to ask him. Why did the Cardians rise up against him? Who is this Cardian they have chosen for a king? All right. Yuna, thank you for being so understanding. One more thing. Please don't tell any of this to my brother. I wouldn't want news of our father to interfere with his important research. Very well. Yes, we have the other issue of the Cardians, and he's the one who, I think, developed the Cardian system. So, we need to head to Boyata Tree. Now, there is a home point there. I don't remember if I picked that home point up or not. Otherwise, I'll have to head out to the outpost in Sanctuary of Zeta and ride a mount from there. That would be in... Litalor. And I don't seem to have a home point in Litalor. Alright then. Plan B. I should probably go pick that home point up at some point. Litalor. Romave? No, Sanctuary of Zeta. Alright, so I gotta ride to the Boyata Tree, and I guess I will be back once I'm over there. Alright, we're at the tree. There might be some stuff that will bother me. But probably not until the upper levels, and I don't think we're going up there. Where we are heading F4, F5 on the first map. Okay, so that's going to be F4, 5. Ah, yes, this is. Okay, it's up that little finger. Okay. Oh, I got a bit of a walk ahead of me, so I'll be back once we're getting close. Okay, I'm in the area, and apparently things do want to try to attack me in here. And so I brought out the trusts and hit sneak. Mandragora Warden. Let's see. It said P. The Mandragora, the Warden appears to want something from you. Now, what the Mandragora wants from me is a Gubu hummus, which is dropped. We can head out here by these old Gubus right there. And it's a fairly rare drop, so it can be quite annoying to try to farm that up. Fortunately, a while back, I was in here when I was in my level 60s. Grinding EXP and killing Gubus, and got the hummus. So I have one. So, let's trade you the hummus. And there's Zonpazipa. Exclamation point, question mark. And who might you be? You were wondering the same thing about me? Well then, allow me to introduce myself. I am the illustrious Zonpazipa, marvelous minister of the Monastery and respected academic of the magical city of Windurst. I am the eminent, brilliant, and might I add quite dashingly handsome Taru responsible for Windurst's great victory 20 years ago. You might well ask what an unparalleled paragon of perfection such as myself would be doing in a place like this. During the confusion of the Great War, I was abducted by the Cardians, magical constructs of war, and brought to this place. I have been kept prisoner here ever since. You've been a prisoner in here for 20 years? Did not make any hasty assumptions. I have merely been playing the role of detainee in order to take advantage of the situation for research purposes. For 20 years? I do wonder, however, how my poor Windurst fares without her favorite minister. If indeed you have come to rescue me, perhaps there is something I can do to help you. Is that so? You've come at the behest of my little Apururu, have you? I must say I'm surprised that my daughter has ascended to the head of the monastery. But are the Cardians content to follow her orders? My daughter has a habit of instilling too much individuality into them. The Cardians were created to perform tasks that are too physically strenuous or dangerous for Taru. If they are given too much knowledge, they become muddled and confused. The black and white world of what they should and shouldn't do becomes stained with shades of gray. Abducting their creator, me, the great Zonpazipa, and dumping me in this Outlands jail is simply unforgivable. I seem to have drifted off the point slightly. You said you have some questions for me from Peru? Ask anything you like. Let me remind you that I, the renowned Zonpazipa, am the genius who gave Windurst the awesome power of the Cardians. The question does not exist that I cannot answer. You are full of yourself, aren't you? Why did the Cardians rise up against you? That was my one and only Grand Slam mistake. Instilled in the Cardians is an absolute sense of duty to their master. If I had just set them to obey only myself as their master, then none of this would have happened. However, it became necessary for me to create a Cardian army. Within that army, the lesser Cardians needed to heed the orders of their higher-numbered counterparts. And so, with the higher-ranked Cardians acting as masters for the rank and file, I set myself the splendiferous Zanpazippa as commander of the Ace Cardians. Or was that very system that invited the disaster that occurred? What do you know about Joker? Joker? There's a name I haven't heard in a while. It's been, what, 20 years? Joker was a creation of the Optistery minister Karaha Baruha. 20 years ago, Karaha Baruha was conducting research in the magic towers of the Horatoda ruins. We're familiar with this. One day he came to me, the magnificent Zanpazippa, to request several powerful and intelligent Cardians to aid in the construction of a super special magical gizmo. In response to his request, I programmed the Ace Cardians to treat Karaha Baruha as their master. Karaha Baruha then proceeded to build his Joker, using the Ace Cardians as a template to steal my design. Once his work was completed, he ordered the Ace Cardians to follow his creation as their new master, and set Joker with the task of running the magical gizmos in the towers. However, the great work claimed Karaha Baruha's life, and with the death of its creator, Joker too passed into oblivion. The passing of a creator, the magic weaved into a doll becomes unraveled, and the Cardian follows its master into death. For the Ace Cardians, Joker's death presented them with a situation they'd never had to deal with before, existence without a master. The Aces eventually decided that if they could somehow bring Joker back to life, then their dilemma would be solved. Those presumptuous puppets are so convinced their destiny lies in resurrecting Joker, they had the nerve to lock me, the amazing Zanpazippa, in a place like this. Do you know the Joker is alive? Great blazing behemoths, are you telling me that the Cardians have already found where Joker lay hidden? I thought something was up when they stopped coming by to check on me. Wait. Even if they had found Joker, no amount of usual garden variety mana orbs would have been enough to revive him. Who? How? Surely not. When the Yagudo stole... well, in any event, the revival of a dead Cardian will mean many things, have become interesting indeed. What do you mean, interesting? Right then. I'm only going to say this once, so make sure that melon you have on your shoulders is switched on. There is an unbreakable law that accompanies the art of imbuing an inanimate object with life and will. The death of the creator will result in the loss of the object's animating force. And in accordance with that law, the deceased object must never be brought back to life. This act will call back the creator from death's dark hall. The conclusion is obvious, isn't it? When Joker was resurrected, Karaha Baruha was also dragged back into the world of the living. We'll talk about the forbidden ritual of the Monastery. In layman's terms, the forbidden ritual of the Monastery is referred to as the Legend of the Magic Doll. The long-ago tale of a mage plunging Windurst into catastrophe by using the ritual is still famous today. However, this now forbidden practice was a marvelous magic originally invented by for the protection of Windurst. The tale I just mentioned was simply an example of abusing the power the ritual brings. There is still the story of how the original weaver of this art returned from the dead to defend Windurst after his magic doll was resurrected. Of course, this magic is not a recipe for immortality. It relies on the principle of calling on the life force that lies dormant in the doll after the creator has died. To sum things up, this ritual requires the mage to restore a portion of his life store a portion of his life into the doll while he is still alive. Do you understand? And then you ask... This is not a subject for idle adventurers' ears. A Prudu should already be well versed on the practice. Why do your children hate you? That's a question. My children hate me, the celebrated Zompa Zippa. What are you talking about? Jidomaru, Jido, and Apururu have absolutely no reason to hate me. How could they possibly despise a brilliant father who saved their country from disaster? I have no more questions. Just a moment. This may have been a bit much for you to absorb, so let me write it in a letter for you to give to Apururu. Give my regards to my children. Tell them this. If there ever comes a time when they need my help, don't hesitate to ask. Are you going to just stay here? I guess you're just going to stay here. Fair enough, then. Alright. And back to Apururu. Let her know what we found. Apparently, if Joker is back, Karuha Baruha is also back. Well, let's talk to Apururu and see what she has to say. Alright, Apururu, we found your father. I still can't believe my father was alive. You have a letter from him, an explanation for the actions of the Guardians. This is incredible. Joker was created by the famous Karaha Baruha? What was that about Karaha Baruha? That's a Jido Maruchido. What's wrong with you? You're all pasty white as soon as you saw me. You went all pasty white as soon as you saw me. What mischief have you been up to? Well, we found your dad. I don't know what to say. To hear this, and on top of knowing the old coot was still breathing. The King of the Guardians is the creator of is the creation of a dead genius? Oh, Vana'diel is going on. There's something I don't understand. Who brought the Guardians back to life in the first place? How is this possible? You need a massive amount of magic to restore life to a Guardian, not to mention the use of forbidden rituals. Even more important is the fact that the ritual would have brought Karaha Baruha back from the dead. And if he really is alive and kicking again, why hasn't he been to see the Star Sibyl? Is there something preventing him from putting in an appearance, or is he planning something off in the shadows? Summoning. That's it. Karaha Baruha was focused on perfecting a complete summoning. Karaha Baruha wasn't trying to enlist the aid of the great beast Fenrir, he wanted to completely enslave its will. If he had succeeded in his efforts, Karaha Baruha wouldn't be the only one brought back to life. Juna, the Full Moon Fountain. You must stop the Star Sibyl. Alright, we need to head back to Full Moon Fountain. Fastest way is going to be a home point, because there is a home point right there. Alright, so that will be Saruda Baruda, Tarai Marai Canal, home points. Alright, now we head in the Full Moon Fountain, which is just 2 steps that direction. There's the Star Sibyl and Semilafina. So cold and dark. Although perhaps the stars and moon might have returned to the fountain, nothing has changed. Semilafina, I thank you for bringing me here. I never thought I would be able to stand in this place again. Star Sibyl. That day, 20 years ago, from that day forward, I honestly believed that I would never return to Full Moon Fountain again. The place of Karaha Baruha's death, a place enveloped in frigid darkness. I thought the Windurst would share the same fate as this fountain, a bleak future of eternal night. I turned my eyes from the darkness and pretended it didn't exist. I ceased to look for the future of Windurst, the future of our people. In a world without that guiding light, my fear of the darkness froze my feet upon the path. Star Sibyl, you mustn't be so harsh on yourself. Perhaps you have forgotten that your guidance has allowed Windurst to exist in peace these past 20 years. To the citizens of Windurst, you are the light that shines in the darkness. You are their guiding star. Semilafina, thank you. The gentle strength of the Sibyl guards has always been there to hold me steady. For your sake as well as mine, we must understand our situation. We must discover where we stand and what lies out there before us. Yes, that is the kind of determination you need. Huh? It's Joker and a bunch of Guardians. Joker? I've been waiting, Star Sibyl, waiting for you to return to this fountain. You? It can't be. What do you mean to do? It seems you still recognize me, though my form has changed. However, you have nothing to fear. I have not come to seek vengeance for past wrongs, and do not be concerned for the Mithra. They have not been harmed. I have come to tell you of the Star of Hope that you have called forth. I must tell you all that star has set in motion upon Vana'diel. Star of Hope I called forth. Remember, Star Sibyl, you have followed the epic prophecy from the age of the first Star Sibyl to the day I greeted the specter of death. That prophecy began with the fervent wish of the original Star Sibyl, with the moon reading she performed. In the same way that you entrusted your wish to the stars and the moon that bathe this land in their power. Yes, I remember. I made a wish to the Star Spring. I could stand my grief no longer. I wish for the help of Karaha Baruha, dead these long years. Yes, that wish. That wish reached the faint amount of power that remained of the stars and the moon. And then, with the strands of magic that bind us together, Karaha Baruha and I returned from Death's dark hall. Oh, so you're the one who did it. You should be surprised, Star Sibyl. Your hope, your wish, will aid in the restoration of the power of the stars and the moon, and bring us closer to the moment we have been waiting for. However, for things to be set in motion, I need you to wish alongside me. You mean? Star Sibyl? Ah, now we're here. You. It seems your Star of Hope has already arrived. That brilliant incandescence has shown us through several crossroads. I speak to you now, Star of Hope. Here, I will await your final illumination. Lead the darkened soul to this place of the stars and the moon once more. A time for miracles is upon us. And that completes that mission. So, is this the direction? I think so. Alright, yep, that takes us out. Alright, so, the next mission is the final Windurst mission. It gets us rank 10. But we will stop here, and we will do that next episode. And we'll see what Joker has in mind for us. What we're going to need to do. But for now, we will stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.